if you guys want to know how to beat every single coverage, just like I did right there, make sure you guys stay tuned to the very end of the ebook. We're going to go over all of our coverage beaters at the end. If you guys like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and make sure you're notified for all incoming Madden 23 Ultimate Team content from your boy. We put out all kinds of bangers, but today we are going to be focusing on my current gen guys. For you guys that know, last year I played mostly current gen on Madden Ultimate Team. I went 25-0 in Weekend League about 10 times. I was extremely competitive, one of the best current gen players there was last year. We have switched over to next gen primarily, but I still do occasionally play my Weekend League on current gen, so I am still very in tune with the meta on current gen, and I've run this offense quite a bit on current gen as well. So I'm going to show you guys all my favorite setups, the best zone and man beaters out of these plays that we're going to be running. It's not going to be as extensive as last year because there's not as many plays. And the spread playbook, they took a slot offset out of the Patriots playbook, and it's only going to be in the pass balance / spread playbook this year. But without further ado, a slot offset. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. Alright, so we are here in the pass balance / spread playbook, and we are in a slot offset. It's going to be the 5th shotgun formation in this playbook. And if we are looking for our audibles, we're going to go ahead and set our audibles as such. Our square audible is going to be level sail. Post is going to be triangle. 0-1 trap is going to be the left bumper, and the right bumper is going to be PA post shot. Now we're going to go over the runs just real quickly. There are some very, very good run plays in this. And we're going to be facing 3-3 Cub, formerly known as 3-3-5 wide, because that has been the meta defense in this game for a few years now, especially on current gen. It is still probably the best defense because you can get linebacker, or you can get safeties at linebacker, and it's going to help you rush the passer. You're going to be able to shoot pretty much every gap. Also, you're going to be able to get some pretty insane pass rush by user rushing. So we're going to go over this bubble first, and obviously, if you guys see this guy is open on this bubble, you're going to be able to throw that every single time. If the corner is misaligned, if the slot corner is on the wrong side, or they're in any kind of pinch defense, you're going to be able to throw that bubble pretty much every time. As far as the run goes, it is not a bad run play at all. You can cut it right back upfield for a nice little gain. What you can also do is you can stop, and you can wait for the blocks to set up and try to get around to the other side. That stop and go is just absolutely nasty on current gen. It has been for a few years now. So you stop, let your block set up, and you try to make something happen on the other side of the field. Now it works a little bit better with the inside zone than it does with the PA bubble, but the concept is still there. Really, I like to run this right up the middle. As far as our other runs go, let's go ahead and check out this 0-1 trap. This 0-1 trap in former years has been one of the best runs in the game, and we still see that it picks up very, very consistent yardage. You're going to get really consistent yards on this. You just have to really be patient. Make sure you do not hit turbo until you find your hole, because the defense is going to shed a lot better if you do hit turbo or the sprint button behind the line of scrimmage. Now 3-3-5 wide is one of the better run defenses in the game, but we see that we are picking up consistent yardage, and this is going to be one of those runs that it's going to be very, very hard for your opponent to shoot, which is always a good thing. As we see, we're going to pick up pretty huge yardage right there. We had a chance to take it all the way to the crib, even though Leonard Fournette isn't the fastest. So we don't have to focus on the 0-1 trap anymore. Let's go ahead and pick a new play here. We're going to go over the inside zone just real quick. Last year there was a bug sweep that I really, really liked, but this year we have the inside zone and the power. Let's go over the inside zone. It's pretty much the same thing as the bubble, so I like to run the bubble a little bit better, but the inside zone has a little bit more opportunity for a cutback here. So if we stop, we can take this to the other side of the field, and we can pick up pretty solid yardage. Basically, you're just going to let go of the stick and the sprint button. As soon as you get the ball, just click back a little bit, and we're able to cut this back to the other side. Now this works a lot better against nickel style defenses. 3-3-5 wide is a little bit more spread out, so you're not going to be able to get that stop and go to the outside quite as well, but it can be a nasty little move if used correctly. In Madden 21, this was one of the best run moves for all the pros, cutting it right back that can pick up massive yardage. If you have good stick, then this is definitely how you want to set up your runs in Madden 23 on current gen. As far as our other runs go, we do have this power, which is a pretty good run, consistent yardage. I like to motion over when I run the power, kind of like I did with the jet sweep last year. I know you guys are here for the pass plays, but bear with me. We also do have the read option but we're not going to run the read option with Tom Brady. Just know this there if you do have a fast quarterback like the new Robert Griffin that came out in Madden just today. If you guys are watching this later, that's when we're posting this video, when Robert Griffin just came out in Madden Ultimate Team. As we see there, we do get some pretty decent blocking. I really like to motion block this just so we get an extra blocker, especially against zone coverage. We see that corner follows, but a lot of time your opponent's going to base the line, and that corner's not going to follow. We see we're not breaking any huge runs, but in-game, especially in Ultimate Team, you are going to bust quite a few runs out of this. And this is one of those formations that you really want to pound the rock pretty heavy. You want to run the ball as much as you possibly can to keep your opponent off guard. It has some really, really good quick hike plays that we're going to go over very shortly. But the run scheme is really what makes this formation so unique, because there's so many really, really good, really hard to stop runs, and they're almost impossible to shoot, especially if you mix them up quite a bit. So we went over the bubble, the inside zone, the power, and the trap. Let's go ahead and get into our passing plays. Alright, so we're going to go over post. And post this year and for the last 3 or 4 years has been one of the best quick snap plays in the game. If you see right here against any kind of zone coverage, this corner route is going to get pretty much wide open, as we see right here. Corner route wide open, we're going to be able to throw that all day. We also have that really nice backside angle route from the running back, and then a corner route from the right side right here. As we see, this corner route is going to be open all day, and of course he glitches out right there. This also can be a cover 3 beater if you can buy enough time in the pocket. Let's see if we can. Even though practice mode pass rush is pretty insane, we're not going to be able to buy enough time. But occasionally that inside third will glitch out and you'll be able to throw that post over the top for a touchdown. It didn't happen right there. As we see, we're getting screamed at, but we're going to be able to find that corner route for a nice easy game pretty much every single time against the cover 3. Also, if you see this press animation, you can throw your flats. It's a really, really nice flat route from the tight end right there. And of course, we have the backside route from the running back against any kind of cover 3. That's going to be money all day. They're going to have to user that, or it's no zone's going to guard it. They're going to have to user it or man it up. And it fries man coverage, as we're going to see here soon. Also, this post route with a little quick throw right here. If you can get the timing down, it's going to be a pretty consistent throw as well. I really like this post route. It's going to fry man. And any kind of low ball right there is going to be a dot pretty much every single time. So post, one of the best quick hike plays in the game. As far as other setups for post go, I like to drag this tight end right here. And what we can do with post, which is also really, really unique, is we can motion this corner route over and make it a post route. And we have really good spacing all over the field. It's also going to be a great, great man coverage beater. As we see, we're going to be able to find this drag to the tight end. What happened there is they're running steam flats, so they're going to match. We can also motion the post over and turn it into a deep corner route, but I like to do it this way. You can keep the flat right here, and this is excellent spacing all over the field. We're going to be able to hit circle right there for a nice easy dot. Against any kind of cover 3, it's going to be a really, really excellent play call. A couple more setups. You can put this guy on a streak right here instead of a post, and that's going to clear out the outside third a little bit better. As far as against the cover 3, as we see, we have a little bit more room to throw that right there. But that post route is going to be money, so I really recommend keeping it on the field most of the time. As far as post goes, it's really one of those really good quick snap plays. It's something that you really want to catch your opponent off guard with, and it's going to be a money play. Really, you can make this your whole scheme. You can just run post until your opponent adjusts to it. I know on next gen Madden, I do that quite a bit, but post, again, this year is one of the best quick snap plays in the game. Alright, so we are also here in a cover 4 match type look at a 3-3-5 wide. For whatever reason, it wouldn't show my play art when I had an extra controller on the field, so we're just going to be going up against the CPU here. But against any kind of cover 4 match style defense without zone drops, this play is going to absolutely fry. Again, we are in the play post, and that corner route is going to get wide open against any kind of match. I'll show you guys right here. Even though he matches on, the post route from the outside receiver is going to pull that inside third or inside quarter in just enough to where he's not really going to have time to play it. You're going to see against any kind of match coverage, you're going to have that corner route absolutely all day. Now we do have Hot Route Master here, so I'm going to show you guys some Hot Route Master setups. But first I want to go over some setups against just basic coverage without Hot Route Master, because I know a lot of you guys online don't have the new John Elway, and if you're playing regs, most of you probably aren't going to have Hot Route Master anyways. But also with this play, if we wait long enough, we're going to see this angle route is going to get over the top against any kind of match coverage, and occasionally that post route is also going to beat its match, but it really just depends on how good your receiver is. Here, it didn't beat it. We're not going to be able to throw that. It's going to be a pick or almost an interception, but occasionally that match or that post route is going to beat match. All right, going up against one of the more popular plays you're going to see in current gen Madden 23. It's going to be Mike Blitz 0. Now, if they are sending extra people, there are definitely a few things that you can do. But out of the play post, the best hot route you can make right here is just to put your tight end on a drag and make a quick read. Now, this corner route on the left side is going to fry man. What I like to do if you have a tight end apprentice or hot route master, I like to put my tight end on a normal corner route. That's going to do a little bit better job against man coverage. But you're going to notice that every single route on this play is going to absolutely fry man coverage. This is one of the best setups against man coverage, and it's a really quick play. You don't have to make many hot routes at all. As we see, Godwin absolutely fries his man in man coverage. I'll show you how fast we can set this up, and bam, we can quick hike him right there. Of course, we have the open drag to our tight end, and our other tight end was getting bagged just because he's slow. The Bucks don't have the best tight ends this year. Let's go ahead and show you guys here. And even then, we got a little bit of separation. We weren't able to complete the pass, but we see that every single route on the field is absolutely frying his man coverage. If we can get enough time, we're going to be able to hit this post over the top. You can block that tight end that we had on a drag, but that drag is just a little bit better option to have an extra man right here. I'll show you guys. And there's a third on the field, but if we can get enough time, we are able to hit this post over the top for a nice easy dot. We see post against man coverage, cover 4 match, and cover 3. I'll show you guys against the cover 2, just to show you guys that this really is one of the best quick hike plays in the game. Let's go over here to a slot offset and select the play post just one more time, and this time we're going to face a cover 2, and this play is going to absolutely destroy a cover 2 as well. Against any kind of Tampa 2 defense. We see here that we do have the flat route. We could have thrown the corner route a little bit late, but if we can buy enough time in the pocket against this pass rush, we're going to be able to hit that post over the top for an easy one-play touchdown against cover 2. Also, we're going to have that angle route that we can throw just right about here. It'll get in the soft spot of the zones, but really we're going to be looking for that post over the top. I'll show you guys right here. This post is going to absolutely fry man coverage, zone coverage, and every single kind of coverage. This play post is absolutely money. This post is going to split the cover 2 pretty much every single time. Now again, you can do the same setup here. You can put the tight end on a drag, but I like to leave him on his little flat route because it's a nice check down. We see that if the corner is playing off, then we can throw to that tight end every single time, and bam, nice easy dot right down the middle. Post, one of the best plays in the game. And one of the things about a slot offset that makes it so incredibly good, not only do we have the run game, which is going to be an imminent threat on every single down. You can pick up chunk yardage on almost all of these really good runs, and we have 2 tight ends to block. So we have 7 blockers on the field going against sets with 4 down linemen. We're going to win that every single time. But post, we saw how good of a quick hike play that is. Now level sail is just as good of a quick hike play. We're going to just put our tight end on a streak, and that's the only adjustment we have to make. We're going up against cover 3 right here. We see the flats is open, but this corner route from the tight end is going to be absolutely money. This level sails corner route is one of the best corner routes in the game every single year. Of course, if we see our tight end on this seam streak right here and we are able to throw it downfield, we're going to throw that every single time. If you see your running backs open in the flat, also we're going to be able to throw that. We see the flat is wide open, so we're going to take our check down. Always take your check downs, boys. Check downs are the things that separate good Madden players from the best Madden players, the guys that take their easy reads every single time. Right there, we're going to be able to throw it right over the top of that linebacker because he is a linebacker. But you really want to take your check downs every single time. Now, you don't have to put the tight end on the left side on a streak. You can just leave it stock. But also we have both of these backside in routes that do really good job of getting great spacing. And if we can find time as we throw a pick right there, if we wait just a little bit longer, we're going to be able to hit that backside dig route in the middle of the field for an absolutely massive gain. about 15 yards. We can rack it upfield, turn it into about 20 to 25. Also, we have the other in route from the very far left of screen wide receiver that's going to do a great job of getting in between soft spot of zones, and we're going to be able to throw that for a check down against any kind of zone coverage as well. Level sail, again, one of the best quick hike plays in the game. Let's go ahead and show you guys what this looks like against a cover 3. We showed you cover 3. Sorry, I'm going to show you guys what this looks like against a cover 4 and man coverage. We're going to go ahead and hop into level sail again. Show you guys what this looks like against every single coverage, because these are going to be the main 2 plays that we are running out of this formation. Against cover 2, again, I like to put my tight end on a streak. What you can also do against a cover 2 is you can put this other in route on a streak and snap it just like this. And again, we're going to be able to find this corner route over the top for a nice little gain. Although here they are playing cloud flats, the cloud flats are playing pretty deep. If that is the case, then always take your check down to the running back. We're going to be able to maybe make somebody miss and pick up some easy yardage. But if you see that corner play off in any kind of cover 2 look, just go ahead and check down to your running back real quick, maybe make somebody miss, get a little sticky with them, hit them with a stop and go. And that's going to be a massive gain every single time. I've run this play probably a billion times in my life, and that flat to the running back is just incredible. If you're going up against a cover 2, also, you can go ahead and wait and try to hit this seam streak to the tight end. It does a really good job at splitting the cover 2, especially if you have a streak from the outside. Now, if you don't have a streak from the outside and you leave the play stock, that's okay too. You're still going to be able to split the cover 2 occasionally, but you're going to see it's going to be a little bit tighter of a throw, as we see right there. That streak from the left side is going to help pull that deep half to the outside a little bit better. As we see again, we're going to be able to hit that streak for an easy 1-play touchdown. If you guys are struggling against cover 2, this is a great play to run. Let's show you guys what this looks like against man coverage, and I can show you guys what it looks like against match as well. This isn't the best play against match, but it isn't bad at all. We haven't got into cover 4 hard flats yet, but we will get into that. None of these plays are really great against cover 4 hard flats, but we do have a play for that, trust me. Let's go ahead and go into 3-3 cub, and I'll show you guys against a match coverage first. Now, against a match coverage, this corner route is going to win sometimes, but really we're just looking for this backside in route. Also, we're going to be able to throw the running back real quick in the flats against match. If they don't user it, you're going to be able to throw to that pretty much every single time, because that corner is always going to play a little bit off, looking to match onto that corner route. And we see here, if we can buy enough time, that dig route is going to get wide open. Nobody's going to guard him. That was a terrible click on by me, but we're going to see consistently that backside dig is going to get open if we can buy enough time. And the corner peels off, we're going to be able to pick up massive yardage right down the sideline. Now, that corner route from the tight end isn't winning like I would like it to against match coverage, but if you do have any kind of abilities to beat match right here, we're going to be able to throw this, and it gets knocked out. We just don't have the fastest tight ends on this team. If you have a better tight end in Mutt, you're going to be able to throw that a lot of the time. So let's go ahead and show you guys what this looks like against man. And I do have a little bit of a different setup against man. This play is good stock against man coverage, don't get me wrong, but there are better plays against man coverage. Let's go ahead and show you guys here against Mike Blitz 0. What I would recommend against man coverage is just block this tight end if they're sending a blitz, because unless you keep that in route, we're going to see that this in route will beat man coverage pretty consistently. But really, we're going to be looking for that corner route from the right side tight end. Let's go ahead and block our other tight end here, and we see even a slow tight end is getting separation with that corner route. That corner route out of level sail is just so good. So let's go ahead and see, and we are able to fit that into a nice window. His acrobat went crazy, but we're able to take that all the way into the end zone for a nice touchdown. Also, we obviously have both of the backside check down routes and the flat to the running back if they don't have a manned up. Let's go ahead and hit our little dig right there. The best way to throw that would be to low ball it. You really want to low ball any kind of in routes right here. As we see, low ball, you're going to be able to possession catch that every single time. So against man coverage, This is a good play stock. I wouldn't say it's the best. Really, I'll show you guys my favorite setup against man coverage. I would like to put my slot receiver on a corner route, put my outside receiver on a post and smart route that post, and then I will go ahead and put my tight end on a angle route, and that tight end angle route is absolutely going to smoke man coverage. I'll show you guys here. The tight end angle route gets way up the field for a really easy gain. If you have any kind of short and elite or route tech on that tight end, it's going to fry every single time. I'll show you guys how quickly we can set that up. And again, we're getting absolutely great separation against man coverage even with the slow tight end, and I'll show you guys here. On the left side, this corner route isn't going to do a great job of beating man coverage, but we are going to be able to fit that into a tight window if we do have a pass velocity ability like set feet lead on Tom Brady, and that smart routed post is really what we're going to be looking for over the top if we can buy enough time. So let's go ahead and see if we can buy enough time here. And we are able to hit that smart routed post over the top for a one-play touchdown, even with a receiver that does have abilities, but he is not the fastest by any stretch of the imagination. Also, if you are struggling beating man coverage, running back option routes are very good routes against man coverage. As we see, we're going to be able to lowball that and possession catch it pretty much every single time. Running back option routes are great options to beat man coverage. Next gen zig routes are a lot better against man coverage. You can also put your left side tight end on a corner route, and that's going to do a great job against man. You can also motion snap a slant right here, and this is a pretty good setup against man coverage as well. We're going to see both our tight ends are going to do a great job of getting separation. That motion slant isn't going to be able to be pressed, so I'll show you guys one more time. If they are playing press coverage, you can motion them, and you can even motion back and snap like that. We see that slant gets great separation against man coverage, and we're going to win that pretty much every single time. As we see that we have Slot-O-Matic on Chris Godwin, so he's getting better route running on these slot routes. You can also do a setup like this against man coverage, where we have the angle route, the post, and the motion slant. That's also going to do a great job. I know a lot of people play man coverage online. That's why I'm focusing on man coverage a lot. But really, the best route out of level sale is going to be that corner route from the right side tight end against man coverage. So we're going to want to keep that on the field, and everything else we can just freestyle from there if we have any kind of route apprentices or hot route master. Now, I'm going to show you guys what this looks like against a cover 3, except now we're going to start incorporating some motion into the offense. And when we start motioning, that's when things are going to get really nasty, because this offense is extremely good. I've run it at a very high level for a long time. I'm going to show you guys what this looks like against a cover 3. And basically the setup here is the same thing. We're going to go ahead and put our guy on the left side on a streak from that tight end on the strong side. And we're going to motion over a streak from Mike Evans. We're going to let him sit. It is important that you let him sit right here, and basically what we're going to be looking for is we're going to be looking for this corner out to pull the outside third on the right side away, and we're going to be able to throw this bomb over the top for a one-play touchdown. As we see, he pulls the zone away, and bam, we're able to beat cover 3 for a one-play touchdown. I know cover 3 is the meta for the most part, other than man coverage on current gen, so to have a cover 3 beater at your disposal just like this is going to be a huge W. We're going to see how consistent this really is, and bam, that is such an easy throw. Going to make that all the way downfield, and that is going to be a cover 3 bomb every single time. Even old man Tom Brady can get it there, so you know pretty much anybody can in this game, especially if you're playing Madden Ultimate Team. I'll show you guys this one more time just for consistency, but this is going to be the best cover 3 beater that we do have out of this formation. Now there are a couple others, we're going to go over those just real quickly, but this is an absolutely great cover 3 beater. Now also, if you do not have the cover 3 bomb, if they deep half or decide to use it, we also have a really nice high-low read on the right side. Against the cover 3, we're going to be able to hit This corner route from the tight end is a little bit of a tight window, but we are able to fit it in there. And also we're going to have the check down for the running back. I know a lot of people double Mabel. I'm not using 2 controllers, so I'm not able to show a double Mabel. That's going to be a double flat concept, where we have like 30-yard zone drops or 5 and 10-yard zone drops on both sides of the field, and they're just going to use her in the middle of the field. It is a very effective defense. And if they do play that kind of defense and you want to put this cover 3 bomb in the field, this curl flat combo on the left side is going to be an incredible combo. This is something you should definitely incorporate into your offense as a check down. Either that flat or that curl is going to be open pretty much every single time. As we see this time, I hit the wrong button, straight up hit the wrong button, but that curl flat combo is going to be an excellent zone coverage beater very, very consistently. We're going to see here that the zones are going to match right here actually, but we are able to hit this flat route for a nice easy gain very, very quick. I'll show you guys what this looks like against a normal cover 3 here in just a second, or we'll go ahead and do that now. But we see that cover 3 beater that we can throw over the top against a cover 3 is an absolutely deadly thing to have in your arsenal. Let's go ahead and show you guys this against a normal cover 3. Let's go ahead and not hop into 3-3 cub, or we can go ahead and I'll show you guys like this, because those seam flats were messing it up. They were matching, so I'll show you guys what this looks like against cover 3 buzz. We're gonna see it's the same thing. You're still gonna be able to throw this beater over the top, but that curl flat combo is gonna do a great job at drawing zones. Most people won't keep their hook zones on the field, and even if they do, as we are able to actually find him over the top right there for a nice little touchdown. But even if they do keep their curl flats on the field, that is one less zone that you have to worry about, and you know that that flood concept or that cover 3 beater on the right side is going to do a great job at drawing down zone coverage. So now here, we're going to be able to hit this low ball in a tight little window just like that. That curl flat concept is so good, especially with the meta on current gen right now, which is either double Mabel or man coverage. And I'm going to show you guys how to beat both. I'm going to show you guys just one more time. We are able to throw this cover 3 beater even when we don't have that streak. It's just a little bit tighter of a throw. That streak from the tight end is going to pull the inside third a little bit closer to the left side of the field, which is what we want. But just so we have a nice little check down, that curl flat combo is nice to have. As we see here, this is a little bit easier of a throw when we have that streak from the tight end. So one of the best cover 3 bombs in the game. I showed you guys level sail against pretty much every coverage. We see that it's a man beater, it's a cover 2 beater, it's a cover 3 beater. It's one of the best quick snap plays in the game. Let's go ahead and move on to our next play, which is going to be PA post shot. Alright, so we are back in PA post shot. We're going to be facing a cover 4 drop type defense. That means the defense is not going to match. And really our only setup for this play is going to be to put circle on a streak. Now I do like that high-low read that we have on the left side. You can leave that delay and block flat, or you can put your tight end on just a regular flat. So you have a check down. If they are screaming at you, you can leave the play action, or you can cancel the play action and put your running back on a route, whichever you would like. But I do think play action gives you a little bit more time in the pocket, and we're going to look for this nice post route to get over the top of any kind of cover 4. Now I did switch sides, and I'm going to go ahead and run this from the right hash instead of the left hash. I do like this from the right hash a little bit better, as we see this post is consistently getting over the top of the cover 4. That streak post combo with any kind of deep posts that aren't going to quit running midway through the route is going to do an excellent job at beating cover 4. Now you can use the same concept with a regular post route, but I think this PA post route is one of the best routes in the game. It's kind of like the PA boot over post. It's just a little bit different this year. As we see, I can't put him on a regular post, and we can do it just like this. It is still going to be the cover 4, but it's just a little bit tighter of a throw. As we see, we have a little bit tighter of a window to throw it in there, but you can incorporate that into any offense that you are running. That streak from the slot and post from the outside is going to consistently beat cover 4. I also like to put my tight end on a post route. I think it's going to do a little bit better job at getting in between zone coverages. So we have a little bit more of a check down there if they are guarding that post over the top. You can also put your running back on a curl just to distract the user. That way we have one more check down on this play. We're really just waiting to buy time so we can hit this post over the top. And this play, this specific setup is going to be pretty much a universal coverage beater. You can beat cover 3 with this setup. You just really have to time the throw very well. You can put your running back on a ghost route, you can put him on a curl route, an option route, anything that really just is going to have him sit there right in the middle of the field so you can buy time to hit this post over the top, because this is what we're going to be looking for on this play every single time. Against any kind of cover 4, if your opponent's running cover 4, know that you have something that's going to absolutely shred it. So, I showed you guys that against the cover 4. Let's go ahead and get into a couple of different setups against man coverage. Now, it's going to be hard for me to do this in practice mode because obviously it's going to be 1st and 10 every time, but this same play, PA post shot against any kind of man coverage, if you are on a 1st and 10, a 1st and 10, and you run the ball once, and you get the sticks moving a little bit, get it down to a 2nd and 5 or shorter, I would say you're going to be able to smart route this post on the left side and make it very skinny. Smart routing the route is going to basically make it break at the 1st down marker every single time. So if we are able to find this on like a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, a 2nd and 3 or 4 even, then we're going to be able to smart route this route, and we can motion it over to the other side of the screen, and it is going to absolutely fry man coverage. I can't really show you that this well in practice mode, but it's going to break a lot sharper, and it's going to do a way better job of getting over the top. It is one of the best man coverage beaters in the game. I really wish that I could show you better in practice mode, because that smart routed post on 2nd and 1, 2nd and 2 against any kind of man coverage is going to fry over the top, and it's going to get so much separation that even if they are playing a cover 2 like real cover 2 style defense, cover 2 man with 2 safeties over the top, you're even going to have a window to throw it in against there. You can bullet pass it because it's going to get so much separation that you're going to be able to fit it in between the corner and the safeties. As I don't know what happened there, I snapped the ball and he fumbled. Didn't mean to do that there. But if you are in a short yardage down, this is one of the best man beaters in the game. I know a lot of people ran concepts like this last year, but this is going to absolutely fry man coverage every single time. Right there, Mike Evans isn't getting over the top like I would like him to, but just trust me, in game, if you're on a 3rd and 2, a 4th and 1, a really big down, you're playing somebody that runs man coverage consistently, give this a shot. It's going to fry it, especially since people like to run double mabled or single mabled man coverage with 2 hard flats or 2 cloud flats or even curl flats on both sides of the field, basically so you can't throw to the sidelines, and they'll just user anything on the middle of the field with route KOs, which is what a lot of people run in Madden Ultimate Team. They'll have deep route KOs on all of their corners, and then they will put 2 flats on the sideline so you can't throw any kind of outbreaking corner routes, and they'll pretty much just user anything in the middle, any kind of running back angle route or post route from the tight end, anything that's going to get separation against man coverage, they'll user it, and then they don't have to worry about anything over the top because those route KOs are going to do a really great job at knocking anything out in man coverage over the top. So just realize that you do have this at your disposal if you are playing somebody against that's running man coverage, heavy man coverage especially, any kind of cover 0, this is going to absolutely fry it. Alright, so we are facing mid blitz here actually, and I'm going to show you guys this play, post wheel shallow. This is going to do a really good job at beating man coverage. Now my favorite setup for this is to put my tight end on the left side on a post route, and you can really do whatever you want with this receiver right here. You can motion him over and put him him on a motion slant, you can motion block him, so you have an extra blocker, a little bit more time in the pocket. But really, we're going to be looking for this post route over the top. This S post is going to absolutely fry man coverage. It's one of the best man coverage beaters in the game. Now, right there, Mike Evans is just really slow. But just know these S posts do a great job against man coverage year in and year out. Also, we have the post from the tight end on the left side of the screen, and then that stock drag route from the other tight end is going to do a great job at getting separation. We have the tight end post here. Just trust me, if you guys have like Jerry Rice or anybody with short and elite in man coverage, against man coverage on this setup for this play, that S post is going to do a great job at beating it. Now, there are some S posts in like trips tight end that people really like to run, but if you do want to mix it up against man coverage, this is a really nice play to run. And we are able to fit that S post in a tight little window. This is also another one of those things, if you are on a short down and distance, if you're on a short yardage down, if you have a 2nd and 2 or 3, you can smart route this S post, and it's going to run a little bit skinnier, and it's going to get a little bit better separation against man coverage. Right there is what it looks like normally, and if I smart route it, it's not really going to be any different because we are not on a short yardage down. But just know that smart routing routes is going to help them get better separation. If you put any kind of post route on the field and then smart route it on a short yardage down, you're going to get better separation against man coverage pretty much every single time. As we see, that S post is bagged right there. That's just because Mike Evans is slow, and there's a really good corner on him. But this setup against man coverage is money in game. Alright, so I've showed you guys how to beat pretty much every single coverage you're going to see online. Really attack the meta, which is going to be mostly cover 3, double Mabel. Any kind of zone blitzes are also going to be very meta. You saw how to beat any kind of cover 2. Over the top, I can show you guys how to beat a cover 2 when they are not blitzing with a little bit of a different setup, because that motioned over post is going to alert your opponent sometimes. If you are on the right hash or the opposite hash, if your other receivers are on the left side of the field, if they're on the wide side, then you are able to run this setup to beat a cover 2. Basically, you just put your slot receiver on an out route or even a flat route, and you just streak your tight end from the strong side and put that outside receiver on a fade or a streak route, and you're going to look for that streak route on the left side of the screen to do a great job of getting separation against cover 2. And we are able to fit that in a tight little window and throw that for a nice, easy one-play touchdown. Again, we can also hit our tight end over the top, but a lot of people will run cover 2 and put their mid-read safety right there in the middle of the screen, the one that I have the Mike ID on. They'll put him on an inside third, so if they are playing this coverage style, it's going to do a really good job at attacking it. And I like to put him on a fade instead of a streak route, because a lot of the time exactly what happened right there will happen, and you'll get a weird animation where the receiver gets bumped by the corner, and we won't have as much space to fit that ball in there, as we are able to fit that fade in there for a nice easy one-play touchdown. So I just wanted to give you guys one more example of how to beat cover 2. After you hit somebody with a cover 3 beater enough times, they're going to switch coverages. And I showed you guys how to beat cover 4 already, so if anybody runs a double Mabel style cover 2 coverage, even with 30-yard hard flash, you're going to be able to get that over the top most of the time. But if not, if they're running 30-yard hard flash, then we're going to have a lot of checkdowns, more shallow, and they're going to have to really be on it with their user, because you're going to be able to hit the flats really easily. Alright, and the last thing we're missing from a great offense is going to be a great 2-point conversion play. And this play stick is going to do just that. Now, our only real setup here is you can take your running back off this swing route, and you can put him on either an option route, and you can put this outside receiver on a post route, or you can block your running back for a little bit of extra protection. Now this looks like man coverage right here. I'm going to assume this is man coverage. I picked random play on defense, so we're not really going to know what they're going to be coming out in. But that stick route from the tight end on the left side is going to do a great job of getting in between the soft spot of zone coverages. And even if it doesn't get in the soft spot, it's going to pull zones down enough to where we're going to be able to hit this post while it's running through the back of the end zone. So we see that this is man coverage, so he's going to break out a little bit more, and he does a great job at getting separation even against a guy that is a lot faster than him. I'll show you guys this one more time. Same setup, and that is zone coverage. That's actually match, I believe, but we were still able to hit Mike Evans in a tight little window back right there. Usually they don't play like that. I think we'll see what this coverage is right here. If you see any kind of light box like this, obviously you just want to run the ball, but as we weren't able to fit it in right there, I did have triangle. I just missed the read, so I'll show you guys this one more time. Against the zone coverage, bam, right there, we're able to hit Mike Evans at the back of the end zone. Alright, for you guys that have stuck around this long, if you guys are struggling against cover 3 in the red zone, really inside the 20-yard line, I have a little trick for you right here. And this is going to be only if you have a pass velocity ability, and specifically against cover 3, it's going to work better than anything. But we're going to do the same setup that we did against cover 2. If you guys remember just a second ago, I showed you guys how to beat cover 2 from the wide side of the field, but we're going to do this to the short side of the field actually. And really, this zone on the left side, this outside third, when you put an in route right here, is going to dumb out, and you're going to be able to throw it over the top of the outside third for a touchdown, specifically right there. As we see, that outside third only plays to the end zone for whatever reason. This is a really nice trick if you are struggling against cover 3 in the red zone. I know a lot of the time it is hard to score in the red zone, as we are able to fit this in this tight little window right here. That's just because Mike Evans had double me. He actually got bumped a little bit there, but if he didn't get bumped, then that was going to be an easy touchdown. I'll show you guys this just one more time. And if we wait long enough, we are able to find him in the back of the end zone for a nice easy dot. So specifically against cover 3, I showed you guys how to beat it over the top. I showed you guys how to beat everything on the 2-yard line for 2-point conversions, and I showed you guys how to beat it in the red zone. So you have some nice money plays from every spot of the field. Alright boys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I do. This is the offense that I personally run online, and I showed you basically my whole bag of tricks as far as current gen Madden goes this year. I do play mostly next gen, but when I do play on current gen, this is the offense I run. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and make sure you're notified for all incoming Madden 23 Ultimate Team content from your boy. I promise I will have more current gen content soon, but with next gen being the big new thing, I'm going to focus mostly on that, because that's where most of the Madden fan base has headed. So, it's your boy Killer Cam Friend. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.